Air pollution in China. It has been brought to our attention that air pollution, specifically in China, has been escalating quickly. As of right now, people are starting to realize the ripple effect of various factories being in the same place and working at the same time. What is air pollution? Well, let me tell you. Air pollution is the insertion of particulates such as biological molecules or other harmful chemicals into the Earth's atmosphere. That causes diseases and damage to living organisms such as animals and food crops. It also causes damage to the natural and built environments, and it can also cause death to humans. Air pollution has been getting out of hand, and this issue is reaching its limits. Thousands of people are hospitalized because of the effects of harmful air on them. In some cases, the effect was too severe and it led to death. The reason we chose this topic was because we thought that if we addressed this issue to people, then they would be more aware of how bad air pollution is getting in certain places like China. And they could also take precaution of the things they do, because then they would know the effects of it. We're hoping some might try to help out by just doing small things, like cycling at least once a week instead of using a car.
The main causes of air pollution are the burning and production of coal. Coal is a major pollutant in the air. China relies on coal for 2/3 of their energy needs. They cannot better the situation without stopping the mass amounts of coal being burnt and produced. In 1978, the Chinese government changed from a plan to a market economy. Ever since, the government has been pursuing a high-growth, resource-intensive, export-oriented development strategy. Since then, China experienced a growth in municipal waste. This brought the annual average rates in economic growth close to 10% by 2010. Due to these rates, China experienced a serious environmental degradation. China experienced growth in industrial and municipal waste, vehicle emissions, and energy consumptions. Automobile use has also taken a toll on the environment. A reason is that Chinese citizens own cars and still continue to use low-grade gasoline. The gas that cars replace is also a main pollutant. Most people that own a car do not have an environment-friendly one that releases non-toxic gases into the air, because environment-friendly cars are more expensive than normal cars, and most people can't afford them. In addition, power plants and industrial furnaces make a huge impact on this issue. There are 152 fired power plants. Power plants and industrial furnaces both burn abundant supplies of coal. They also use outdated, inefficient technology. Due to this, the air is getting polluted very easily, and this is a terrible situation for the Chinese citizens.
According to European Union standards, only 1% of urban residents breathe air that is considered to be safe. These poor conditions impacted health and have also caused China significant economic costs. Air pollution in China has not only affected people's health and the economy, it has also affected other neighboring countries such as Japan and Korea. Air pollution has a significant economic cost. From 1996 to 2001, a great deal of money has been spent. China's spending on public health increased by 80%. Money has been also spent on partly managing the environment's health effects. Air pollution in China has been also hurting the crop productivity. There has been a great amount of health damage due to this issue. Welfare damages increased by 22 billion in 1975 and 112 billion in 2005. Deadly levels have been reached. During the economic reforms in the 1980s, pollution reached horrendous levels and the health impacts were more perceptible. Air pollution caused more than 100,000 premature deaths. Scientists have proven that the risk of respiratory disease and morbidity prevalence increased. The outdoor concentration of total suspended particles is skyrocketing in China. Cancer is a severe side effect of pollution. In the past 30 years, death rates caused by lung cancer increased by 65%. Lung cancer is also the most common type of cancer in China. Other diseases that can be caused by pollution are chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, weakening of immune system, and reduction in lung function. Chinese citizens are now calling certain villages cancer villages. Cancer villages are entire villages where every other house has a member dying of cancer or some other sort of respiratory problem. One man named Xia Zhangkang trembles every time he thinks about his nephew. His 3-month-old nephew, Xia Yuling, was diagnosed with a rare autoimmune disease in 2011. Little baby's father was out sea crab fishing, so Xia had to be sent to the hospital where his nephew was getting treated. 3 times a week he had to cycle alone past his fishing village, past the miles of contiguous chemical, pharmaceutical, and power plants, and down along the burbling Yangtze River where his family collects drinking water. But then one day he got the call. The doctor tried to make him better. They tried everything to make him better, but he didn't get better, and he died, said Xia, 24, gazing up at the paper mill which towers above his home. It was definitely pollution. What else could it have been? Mr. Zhangkang isn't the only person with problems like this. There are so many people with problems like that in China, and a lot of them are worse.
PM 2.5 is one of the most dangerous pollutants along with PM 10. It gets its name from its size. PM 2.5 is 2.5 micrometers and PM 10 is 10 micrometers, which is equivalent to 0.01 centimeters. This pollutant is so dangerous because the particles reach deep regions in your lungs. Breathing this particulate matter can cause aggravated asthma for children, premature death, and heart disease. PM 2.5 levels are now hitting 274 micrograms per cubic meter, but the standard for short term, which is 24 hours, is 35 micrograms per cubic meter of air, and the long-term standard is 15 micrograms per cubic meter. PM 2.5 is called invisible killer. Some side effects of PM 2.5 are irritation of eyes, nose, throat, coughing, chest tightness, shortness of breath, reduced lung function, irregular heartbeat, asthma attacks, heart attacks, premature death, and heart or lung disease. And these are just some. PM 2.5 and PM 10 have similar resources. PM 2.5 usually comes from vehicles, traffic dust, industry, coal combustion, nitrogen, sulfate, and combustion of biomass. The Red Alert system was first created on October 2013. Also, before 2013, pollution was denied by the citizens and the government. Red Alert system is when schools, factories, construction sites are closed, and most private cars are ordered off the road. The first time the Red Alert system was used was on December 7, 2015, and the second one was just 2 weeks after that. Critics think that the 2 red alerts were not very far apart because the government is trying to improve air quality monitoring, or they're using the red alerts to show that they're doing something to improve air pollution.
What the government is doing. The government in China is attempting to switch to electronic vehicles, but it is very hard to accomplish since electronic transportation is very expensive compared to normal gas-filled cars. Converting from gas-filled cars to electronic cars is not the only solution they have come up with. The government has been trying to restrict the construction of power plants and restrict energy industries near residential areas. Restricting power plants would be a vast step into getting air pollution levels to be lower and much healthier than they are. They are also increasing green space, which might not make a big difference compared to the other two, but is an initial factor to taking steps towards improving. In conclusion, China has a very big issue with air pollution. It affects a lot of people and children in their lives. Even though China's government is trying to help, it is also increasing and they have to work very hard. Otherwise, air pollution will cost a large amount of money and a lot of trouble. China isn't the only place with an issue. India has a problem too. The point it is a very severe complication and it doesn't mean that you can't help out. In fact, everyone can help out a little by altering little things in their everyday life. For example, conserving energy by remembering to turn off lights, computers, and electronic appliances when not in use. Another way is by buying energy-saving light bulbs and appliances. Maybe even participating in your local unity's energy-saving programs. See these little things that we can do together to help. And if everyone does it, we can improve the air quality by a great deal. Thank you.